I'm Johnny Plastini, Associate Professor and Area Coordinator of Printmaking in the Department of Art and Art History at Colorado State University. I'm a SoGES Resident Research Fellow for 2020 to 2021. My focus is in studio arts, primarily in printmaking and papermaking, with a focus on sustainability. From an interdisciplinary standpoint, I think it's important to recognize that there's a scientific inquiry into sustainability, specifically environmental sustainability, but also there are issues of cultural sustainability. So I approach these topics through the lens of liberal arts and linking the arts and sciences together. So I'll give an example. If I was to describe to you through physics and math how a bicycle operates, you might have difficulty riding it the first time. But if I'm to draw a picture and through poetic language describe to you how to ride a bike, you may be more readily able to ride a bike once you actually get onto it. Both are important. We need the physics of the bike in order for it to operate properly, but also there are ways that humans communicate apart from mathematics that I think is important in helping understand things related to sustainability. The arts help us see things in a new way or from a new perspective. And if we're to focus on forming a sustainable future through communicating visually, that's a very powerful mechanism. I grew up on the rugged coastline of Northern California, so hiking and experiencing the landscape was always embedded in my childhood. I was someone who loved to collect fossils as a young person, and would climb trees and really immerse myself in the sensory experience of being encompassed by a landscape. As an undergraduate student, I developed a keen interest in lithography, which is a specific printmaking process. You're working with limestone, so in a way, it's like having a part of the environment in the studio space and drawing on the limestone and printing from the limestone. There's an alchemical aspect of etching, and we're essentially speeding up geologic time on the stone. My current research project is documenting lichens in the Colorado Front Range and Alpine Tundra ecosystems. I'm using a macro lens to get these really high detail resolution photos of the lichens and then translating those as documentary photographs with specific longitude and latitude of the location of where these specimens were collected. But then also I'm translating them into impressions of place. So I'm working with photographs that then are output onto handmade recycled papers using sustainable printmaking methods. Lichens are a symbiotic community of organisms, cyanobacteria, fungi, and algae primarily. Lichens in and of themselves are harbingers of climate change. They are very sensitive to pollutants and other environmental factors. So not only do they represent this culture of organisms that are symbiotic, they also represent a sensitivity to environmental factors from the individual species of humanity. If we can think more sustainably about how we are not individuals, but are part of a common ecosystem, then perhaps we can all grow together towards a more sustainable future.